Welcome to the Mike Peluso Outdoors here on urlradio.net. The more hits we play, the more hits we get. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the state championship AIM walleye tournament that's taking place up here on Lake Sakakawea out of Newtown, the Four Bears Casino, August 5th and 6th. It's the first of its kind here in the great state of North Dakota, brought to you by the folks at the AIM Walleye Series. My partner, Jeff Ensminger, and I are going to be in that tournament here coming up. We're getting ready to do some pre-fishing for this event. There's actually 22 teams that have qualified for the state championship, and in order to do so, you had to be a part of all three qualifying events that we had here in North Dakota. We had one on the Missouri River, one on Lake Sakakawea on the eastern portion of the lake, and then we also had one on Devil's Lake, and those three qualifiers was what guaranteed you the spot in the championship here. And the championship's got a few things going for it. Right now, you're trying to win the very first state championship title for the AIM Walleye Series, which is kind of cool. And then we also got a Yamaha Warrior Boats Team of the Year honors that guys are buying for. And then last but not least, you got a chance, 10 teams out of this 22 now will have a chance to qualify for the national tournament that has not been announced yet, but that is a tournament that combines all the states that carry the AIM Walleye Series format. So certainly very excited to have 10 teams here from North Dakota represent that tournament. It should be interesting to see where they decide to place it. Of course, I'm hoping that they figure out a way to place it here in North Dakota, but whether or not it goes to Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, what have you, I'm pretty comfortable knowing that most likely it'll be on a body of water that I've already fished at some point in time in my fishing career. I mean, I look back at all the places that I was able to travel and spend time back in the day when I was fishing on the professional walleye trail. We were pretty much all over the place, and then the FLW trail as well. And then there's a few other circuits that popped up here and there that I was a part of, like the NAWA, Team Walleye, Lawrence, Western Walleye. There was a bunch of them. So did have an opportunity to fish in an awful lot of spots, over the years, and it's interesting. I feel like I'm still kind of young in the game of walleye fishing, but at the same time, I've been doing it for so long that I almost feel like a veteran as well. So it's kind of a nice little mix there. I still got a lot of energy to do this. I absolutely love to do this, chasing that dream to, have it become a major part of my life day in and day out. Not that it isn't already, especially with the guiding and now this radio program here on the Mike Peluso Outdoors, and working on a few other projects that I absolutely cannot wait to talk to you guys about here in the near future. I've got a couple of really cool things I've been working on, and they're both in development right now, and sooner or later I'll be able to release the cat out of the bag, and we'll have a lot of fun with it, and I think it'll be pretty cool. So just to get back on track here with the AIM Walleye Series, I know I've talked about it before on this program. It's really cool, and I'm gonna try and track down the tournament director here at this championship and get his take for our part 2 of the show, and kind of let him talk about where the future is heading, what the thought process is, and why the AIM Walleye Circuit is so angler friendly, resource friendly, state friendly, you name it. With the catch, photo, and release and record, and no fish are harmed. People can just go out and fish. There's no fish being killed or kept, which is just awesome. It keeps everybody kind of on a level playing field. I just can't imagine that this isn't going to catch on in popularity, and I know I just keep talking about it over and over, but I can't stress enough how nice it is to finally have a statewide circuit right here in North Dakota. We've all been talking about it for years and years and years, how we'd like to see something like this happen, and here it is, and I just can't stress enough, guys, to get involved with it next year, and let's pump this tournament circuit up. Let's get it to be full fields no matter where it's being held, and have fun with it. And again, they set them up on the qualifiers. They're actually Sunday tournaments, so it does allow you to pre-fish on a Saturday without having to take a day off of work. And realistically, that's why they call it the weekend series, and it's designed that way. I mean, certainly guys are taking more time than that, but it just gives you a little more opportunity to get involved and do it, and have a traveling circuit. And when you're only paying a $300 to $350 entry fee, it's pretty impressive, and the payouts are actually really good. So again, I strongly recommend everybody that's interested in walleye fishing, especially tournaments here in North Dakota, to take a good, strong, hard look at that for next season. I know we're past the point of no return now. We're already in the state championship, but you know what? That's okay. I want people to be aware of it. I'm going to talk a lot about it throughout the course of the winter, too, just to drum up some interest and just keep this wheel spinning, because I think as you looked at all the tournaments that were held this year, as far as the qualifiers were concerned, it really traveled, it really grew as we went. Every tournament got a little bit bigger each and every time, and there was a lot of outside interest. I spoke to Danny Foster, the guy that, Danny Fox, the guy that's the director of the AIM circuit overall, and he said he was absolutely blown away by the viewership that they were seeing on their Facebook and social media. So there's a lot of folks paying attention to it, just like they're paying attention to the show. They're on the outside looking in, but that's okay. I just hope a lot of these guys decide to dip the toe in the water and come out and see what it's all about. And I think once everybody does it one time, I think once you fish one of these events, the very first time, you might be a little bit intimidated by the format, but after it's all said and done, it's really exciting to see how it works, and it's really fun. It's very stress-free. It just allows you to go out and fish and have fun, and you don't have to stress over slot limits in general, size of fish. You just keep catching and keep going and don't worry about it. So I like that. You don't have to worry about trying to keep them alive in your live well, which, certainly like this week now with the state championship being held in August, water temps are, in the high 70s. Outside temperatures are going to touch near 100, and that's hard to keep fish alive in your live well. So again, what a great deal. Catch the fish, take a quick picture of it, document it, get it back in the drink where it belongs, and let it live for another day, so hopefully a youngster can have a chance to do battle with that same fish. So we're going to pause here for our sponsors. Again, I want to thank all our sponsors for being part of the show. If you'd like to jump on board, get a hold of us here at urlradio.net, and we'll see what we can do. But coming back here on part 2, we're going to join up with the tournament director here in North Dakota, Mr. Beal and or Beckel, and see what we can get going here as far as where we're headed and what they think is going to happen here in the near future. But stay tuned for that. We'll have Jesse on here shortly. Thanks.